Happening in just hours, imagine a school event turning into every parent's worst nightmare. And while that's not actually happening today, first responders in Pinellas County are making sure they're ready in case it ever does. The simulation is testing how law enforcement and medical teams work together during a mass casualty event. And 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo is live in Tarpon Springs with an exclusive look at this large-scale training exercise. Good morning, Nick.
Jenny, good morning. And yes, we're at the site right here where that mass casualty exercise is going to be taking place. And this is going to put all those first responders to the test to make sure they're prepared and coordinate in any sort of emergency situation. Now, I'm going to bring in Captain Kim Killian with the Pinellas Sheriff's Office and just talk about we have so many first responders who are going to be working here today. Hundreds have taken to put this on. Just why is this so important to do, especially when it comes to coordination efforts?
So with current crime trends, it's really important that law enforcement focuses on their not only the initial response to a mass casualty incident like an active assailant, but also the aftermath. Obviously, after, the first task would be to arrest and stop that threat. But after that comes the obviously preservation of life is important. So the logistics that go along with things like that, reuniting families, all of those things have to come together when an incident like this happens.
And you can look at the background, you see tents being set up, and I know we don't want to give it away of what's going on because we want to make sure these people are prepared for anything, so we don't want to give away what the scenario is going to be. But what can you tell us about what these people are going to go through today that are participating in this training?
They're going to be challenged today, and one of the biggest challenges is, there's several different law enforcement agencies in this county, in addition to EMS and fire, all those first responders. And what we want to do is work on our response together. What is that going to look like? So we have to train the same way, we have to train with those same principles so that when something like this, and hopefully we learn these skills and never have to utilize them, but we always want to be prepared for that. And how are all those first responders going to work together to make this happen?
And one of the important things, I think, is we're introducing a brand new element. So people are not going to be able to really know what's coming. So this is going to be something that everyone's going to need to be on their best preparedness for. And this really does take everyone. It really does take an army to put this together, but really to make sure these efforts are coordinated properly, because you really need all hands on deck in case something like this ever did happen.
That's correct. And again, communication, things like that, those are things that, when we do major incidents like this, we want to work on identifying our strengths, but more importantly, what are the areas that we need to improve on? And again, that's why we do this.
It's going to really be a big test for everyone. And like we were saying, we can't give it away, but they are going to be introducing a brand new element to this training scenario. We're going to have a lot more coming up later at 10:30. For right now, reporting live in Tarpon Springs, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.